Welcome to Toffee TV. Everton have signed Conor Coady. Not words I thought I would say, I'll be honest, at times, since we've been doing this. But Everton have signed Wolves defender Conor Coady on a loan with a view to buy, it seems. I'm a little bit surprised not that Everton have got him, but that Wolves have allowed him to go out the door, especially on loan.
Yeah, it seems like Wolves have actually done something which doesn't happen in football and showed a bit of loyalty. And they've allowed the player to go to another Premier League club with I don't think there's even an obligation or anything, just a view to a permanent move, isn't it? So it's all about, obviously wanting to go to the World Cup with England as well, which is good. But yeah, I've never seen it coming. It's just come out of the blue, really, hasn't it? It's not like it's been going around for weeks or... Friday, was it?
Last Friday they initially came out. But what's dead interesting is obviously he's been linked with us before. He was linked with us under Rafa Benitez, wasn't he? And he was linked with us when Frank Lampard first came. So that deadline day, basically, he was linked with us. And then at the start of the summer, it was people mentioned it, but it kind of just disappeared for a bit. I just find it weird for Wolves that, they played, I know in pre-season, they've gone through a back four and he's been in and out. But managers tend to be very selfish, right, and rightly so. They've got to worry about themselves. And they've gone with a new partnership of Kilman and Collins. And he's out the squad all of a sudden, or out the side. And they've allowed him to join Everton very quickly on loan. Which is it is a strange one, because when you look at Wolves, he always seems to be he's the mainstay, forefront of it all, isn't it? Wolves, and he seems like he's a fan's favourite, captain of the club. Seems to have a good relationship last season with the manager, but you do wonder whether this is a bit of like a Roberto Martinez moment when he was at Everton. He wants to get the manager wants his own stamp with the club, and maybe with Coady there, he feels like he can never get that. But I don't know. It is a really strange one, and like I said, never seen it coming. But it's obviously for us, like it's a really good signing, especially for what happened at the weekend as well with Yerry Mina. And I was going to say it's from Everton's perspective, it's a good signing. He's a seasoned pro, good leader. He's been fantastic for Wolves. He's missed one Premier League game before Saturday. In their 4 seasons since they got promoted into the Premier League. He would tell me even longer than that. He's only missed 3. And one of them was from self-isolating. One was a suspension, and obviously he was sub at the weekend. And I think for Everton, given obviously the injury to Ben Godfrey, the injury to Yerry Mina, it's a big thing. I think Everton were getting him anyway before those 2 injuries. So obviously that was intensified at the weekend when we lost 2. Coming in with James Tarkowski, it seems that Frank Lampard is trying to get A, lads who are durable, who play a lot of games, and B, leaders. Is that fair? Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, and he's someone who's been mentioned by a lot of Everton fans over the last year, because we have lacked that leadership. And I've watched them a few times when they've come to Goodison, and even before the game, you watch the training drills before, and he's always on it. He's like taking them. He's like, lads, he says, like, if they're not sprinting for the drills, he's making sure they all are. He's getting everyone pumped up, and like I know that I don't want to just label all that, because he's got a lot more than just that. He's a good passer of the ball. He reads the game. It looks like he reads the game really well as well. So I think it'll definitely be our gain, and I think with having Tarkowski, Coady, and it'll obviously, I imagine it'll be Mason Holgate. It'll be the 3 at the moment. So it's a good signing, especially for a loan for the year with not even an
and then just see what happens. Basically.
I think from my point of view, I was saying to you before about from Everton's point of view, they can look at it next season and basically go, well, Yerry Mina's probably not going to be at the club next season. So basically, he could take Mina's spot, and then you can hopefully Jared Branthwaite will be developed another year of football. Reece Wells. So I don't think, obviously you see a lot of it's a stopgap, it's short term. It is a short term, but at the end of the day, it's not like we're stopping the development of the likes of a few others who are coming through as well, because eventually, when they're good enough to make that step up, they'll take his place. So if he ends up staying,
I think as well, maybe at times we have got to
we can say, oh, it's a stopgap or it's short term, but maybe we have to think a little bit short term as well. Not all together, obviously, because like you've just said, you just mentioned 2 very good prospects. There's Jared Brandtwaite, who's gone off to PSV for a year. We got Reece Welsh, who's still at the club and they'll be training with him every day, I imagine. There was talk whether or not they'd consider a loan for Welsh, but I think they decided to keep him around the first team. He's going to need to stay around the first team now anyway. And he's going to get the opportunity every day to train with James Tarkowski, Conor Coady now, and get those bits into his game, and he'll develop because of that. Is there any part of it, because this will be levelled at him, that doesn't really want to take to him because he's a Red, or are you simply? I'm trying.
Yeah, you got to look past that. At the end of the day, the football's on. We don't know. We could have a team full of Reds. We don't know, just because he's been open about it.
Do
you know what I mean? I think you have to look past that. I know, obviously, we had a manager who was a Red last season, which was abysmal. But I feel like he's one of those characters where once he's on the football pitch, it's not really a thing for him. It's kind of like his head's on the game. He's all about winning, wants to win. And you know what? Whatever he chooses to do, who he supports, that's his decision. We've seen a few mentions last night of old school. Peter Reid was massive Red. And
the bitter Red. And it's now a bitter blue.
Now a bitter blue. Loving the Paddy Power adverts.
Leon Osman.
And like, you've even got, like, remember Kevin Sheedy come from Liverpool Reserves, didn't he? It's like stuff players Alan like that. So I think he wasn't exactly a Liverpool regular either, was he?
He only played
one European game, I think, when they were through. And it's not like he was a Steven Gerrard or a Jamie Carragher or anyone like that. I'm confident he'll come in and be a professional and show a lot of the young lads how it's done, really, in regards to how you live your life, I suppose, and also training when you're on the pitch, that leadership as well. So it can only be good for, to be honest, I think there's a winner out of this, and I know he hasn't been everyone's favourite lately, but Mason Holgate. I actually think Mason Holgate playing next to Tarkowski and Conor Coady will do him a world of good.
Could do. Could save his Everton career,
it could, maybe. Because you know what, there's been times, not to be critical of like Michael Keane, but he's not exactly a big leader, is he?
No.
Quite quiet lad. And then you've had other, like Ben Godfrey's young. So the big winner for me out there could be Mason Holgate. And I know, again, I haven't been his biggest fan over the last couple of years, but I think it'll be a massive help for him having them two next to him.
They'll scream at him.
Yeah.
Quite
and
simply.
he won't let him get away with stuff either, which is good. And I think that's what we've needed. And so I'll be looking at that side of it, not just Conor Coady and Tarkowski, who are obviously excellent leaders. It'll be interesting to see the development of Mason Holgate now with these two next to him, I think.
Do you think, I know obviously it seems like he's moved on from Wolves because they've gone to a 4. Does that concern you that then Everton are always going to have to play with a 3 at the back? Because I think a lot of Evertonians are hoping at times we will go to 4-3-3, and because obviously Everton, they're almost there with Onana. We're waiting for Lille to email a piece of paper or fax a piece of paper back that we still haven't done at the time of recording. And obviously there's big interest in Ghana. They're hoping that gets sorted, and that will change obviously the midfield up. And then you think, well, 3 midfielders with pace and a big powerful one in there, and could change the way the team are. But that would be losing one of the centre backs. Does that? No. Or do you think it actually 3 suits Everton, given you've got Patterson and Michalenko?
Yeah, I think it's different. Obviously, he's been at Wolves, and when they play a 4 at the back and the 2 midfield, or 4-2-3-1, whatever they played, the 2 midfielders they had weren't exactly athletic midfielders who get around the pace. And they're not those type of midfielders who are going to protect you back for. You got Ruben Neves and Juan Martinho, who are more advanced players, like to get on the ball. They're not really destroyers.
No.
Where if you look at, like, if we get Ghana, if we get Onana, they're a bit more, they give you a bit more, and if you've got the Corey at times as well. And we've seen the job Alex Iwobi done at the weekend as well, where he's played in like a number 6 role as well. So I think it's different at Wolves. I don't think there was as much protection if they were playing a 4 when he played in a 4. So I think players are adaptable, aren't they? They can adapt to systems, and
And I think he's played once for England in a 4 as well when he's played for England. So
that's 10 caps for England, doesn't he?
that's what I mean. I think if you get the protection around him, I don't think that becomes an issue. And
the durability is the big one for me.
Yeah.
The fact of being... I mean, let's have a look at his numbers from last season. We'll just quickly have a look at these. 38 games, played every Premier League game.
Yeah.
4 goals, including the winner at Goodison. That was his best season, last season for goals. Passing accuracy, 90%.
Good passer of the ball.
Clearances, completes 3.7 per game. And he's won 54, well, wins 54% of his duels, so more than half of his duels per game. Good in both boxes, you know, as we saw at the game at Goodison back in March or April, whenever it was. When
I think he probably should score more.
Probably
should score more goals as well.
But hopefully, having him, and you see, for what Everton at right now, when you're looking at Everton, there's a quite obvious, a glaring lack of goals in that side. So the biggest thing you can do to correct that immediately is make sure you don't give any away, and then you nick games. Then it's what David Moyes did early on in his Everton, and he's done it at West Ham. To be fair, he stopped them conceding, and then worked on trying to get them at the other end. And hopefully we still increase that by getting more attacking plays in this window. But right now, you're thinking of putting him, you're putting Tarkowski in there, it'll help the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It'll help the rest of the team. So for me, you look at those numbers, and I said it before, one, you know, you hope he comes in and you hope that durability can sing. You can never say it with Everton because we, you know, a defender broke his leg after 10 minutes of the new season, which is just unbelievable. And then we lost the other one.
His leg was basically falling off at the end one.
You know, it's just Mina from just doing a drop on the shoulder, his ankle went, or his whatever. So, you know, we know that we're going to have to bless him in holy water or something to keep him thingy. But touch wood, if things go normal, we should have him and Tarkowski available for most games. And that would make, just right off the bat, that would make a huge difference to Frank Lampard and to Jordan Pickford to have centre-backs who he knows are there every week and he knows what they're going to do.
And Pickford's worked with him, obviously, with England as well, which will be a big help for him, so you'll know the personality. Now, I think that's the thing for me, and I think a lot, looking over the weekend, of the general feeling about him coming in is that people are excited to see his leadership, and something we've lacked, haven't we? How many times over the last 2-3 years, me and you, Ped, we've sat here and go, got no leaders in the team, no leaders. We bought Fabian Delph to be a leader. He never was a leader, was he? Got James Tarkowski from at the weekend. He looks a leader. Looked a leader when he was at Burnley as well. I think this lad's the same as well. I think he bring a lot of personality to the squad. Brings a lot of good to the squad, in my opinion. I think it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer sign. It's one of them where you get handed it and you think
you run with it.
Yeah.
Let's go with it.
It's at the end of the day. Let's be honest. We can't rely on Yerry. We love Yerry Mina. Brilliant defender. We were saying before. On his day, he's probably one of the best defenders in the Premier League when fit. Ben Godfrey, probably not going to see him till January because of the World Cup and everything now as well. It's something we do need as well, because we can't really rely on just having, especially if we're going to play a 3 or even to a 2 sometimes, you still need your 4 centre-backs, don't you? So
yeah, definitely.
Happy with it. Happy, good signing for the club. He's
not a defender who puts a shirt over his head when he makes a mistake and gives you
he's
someone who...
I've noticed him a few times when Wolves lose a goal, he's kind of like, come on lads, keep going. We don't have any, heads down, walk to the halfway line.
So what we need, and I think you just summed it up perfectly, Steve, it's right now for us, it's a no-brainer. It's a great opportunity that's presented itself, and hopefully he'll come in and make us sturdy, and people won't, I get it, there'll be Evertonians who don't like it because he's a red, but it is what it is. It's about us, isn't it? I'm sure every time he pulls the blue shirt on, he wants to win the game. And that's what it's about.
Adam Lallana was a big blue and joined Liverpool.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? He done all right for them, didn't he?
He was a really big blue.
Do you know what I mean? It's the other way around, no one cares.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's go. There you go. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Is it a good signing for Everton? What you thinking? We need it. Do we need it? I think we do. I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah.
Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more videos, including daily live videos, become a Premier member like Steve. Link is in the description and the QR code is on the screen. I'll see you later.